Shalom, Israel. This is your brother Ezekiel from the Sons of God Israelite Camp, Alabama. I want to start by giving all praises to the Most High in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. And, for those of us who are doing the Day of Atonement, man, I would like to say all praises to the Most High for giving us another opportunity to repent for our sins, man, that are known and unknown to us. So all praises to the Most High in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for that. We got your brother Kazak, Tobias, Yeshaya, Amath, and Gideon. We're going to be doing class today. The name of the class is going to be From Unrighteous Boys to Righteous Men. It's funny, man, because, it's reflecting back to when we were in the world, man, what we thought being a man was, you know what I'm saying? I know growing up, man, and looking at the stuff they had on TV and looking at some of the dudes in the hood, man, that was supposed to be men, bro. We were taught that money, women, material things, and partying, man. You only live once, man. YOLO, that mindset, man, that constituted being a man. Man, you know what I'm saying? How many women you slept with, how much money you had, how much material things you could accumulate, man. But that's not what constitutes being a man, bro. That's the wrong mindset. At least that's not what constitutes being a man of the Most High. That's being a man of the world. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in the world, man, before the Most High, man, wakes you up, you don't know, man. Because what do you see, man? What does Babylon glorify, man? It glorifies those things, man. Shalom. Babylon glorifies those things, man. How much money you can get, many women you can sleep with, how much material things you accumulate, man. But that's not being a man at all, man. That's the wrong mindset, man. Just because you can sleep with a lot of women, accumulate a lot of money and material things, man, that don't make you a man, brother. That don't make you a man at all, man. So let's get into the changing of mindset, man. Let's get that Matthew chapter 18, verse 3, man. Because what makes you a man, bro, it's not even your physical size, man. Because you got some men that are taller than others, some men that are shorter than others, some men who have more muscle than it. So it's not your physical size that makes you a man. And really, man, your age only makes you an adult, man. You come into the age of adulthood. It's your mindset that makes you a man, man. That's what separates men from boys. You know what I'm saying? So let's get that Matthew 18, verse 3.
The book of Matthew, chapter 18 and verse 3. And said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Come, man. So you got to be converted, man. And what do you got to convert from? You got to convert from that old man, that old mindset to the new man, man. And why should you come as a little child? Because little children, man, they ready to learn, man. They ready to absorb all the information you can impart from them, man. So you got to be converted from the ways of the world, and you got to come back and you got to convert to the ways of our power, man, the Most High. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think upon the things that He's given us, man, the laws that He set out for us, man. And that let's get Psalms 19 verse 7, man.
The book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
Come on, man. So what converts you, man? What converts you from that old mindset, man? Coming back to the Most High's law, statute, commandments, man. And obviously having faith in His Son, our Lord and Savior, Mashiach Yahweh Shai, man. That's what converts you, man. You got to renew your mind, man. Renew your way of thinking. Come out of that worldly thinking, man, and stop thinking YOLO. You only live once, man. Because coming into this truth, we know that you live multiple lifetimes, man. We don't recall those other lifetimes that we live, but you live multiple lifetimes, man. Which is also why the Day of Atonement is important. Why? Because it gives you the opportunity to what? To ask for forgiveness and to repent from the sins that we've done in this lifetime, and to repent for those sins that are unknown to us that we committed in our previous lifetimes, man. So this mindset of YOLO, you only live once, man, that's a fairy tale. That's a lie, man. You live multiple lifetimes, man. Let's get John chapter 3, start at verse 3 through 6.
The book of John, chapter 3, verse 3. Jesus answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? Jesus answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of God. That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit.
Man. So you can't physically go back into your mother's womb, man, and be born again, man. What makes you a born again creature, man, is coming back to the law and the statute of the Most High, man. Come back to His Word, man. Come back to our heritage, keeping these laws, man. Keeping the faith in Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, man. Except you do those things, man, and not just knowing that you're an Israelite, because Nicodemus here, obviously he believed on Yahweh Shai as well, man. But not just knowing that you're an Israelite, man. You got to actually come back to those things that are part of our heritage, man. Those things that the Most High gave us, man. Not the things that we learn here in the world, because the things that we learn here in Babylon, man, the money, women, material things, and partying, those are things, man, that lead you to death. Those are things that separate you from the kingdom, man. You're not gonna get the kingdom as a man. Yeah, you're a worldly man, so you might get praise in Esau's kingdom, man, as being a so-called man, because you done accumulated a lot of money, slept with a lot of women. Every time you turn around, you partying, you got all these material things. So the world might praise you, man, but the Most High is gonna condemn you, man. So unless you've been born again, you're not going to see the kingdom, man, at least not in this first go around. And I'm talking specifically to you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men. I can care less about the men of the other nation, man. We only here for our people, man. So let's get that. Let's get John 6 and verse 63 real quick, man. And if anybody got anything they want to bring it out, man.
Yeah, I got some I want to bring out real quick before you get that. Like you said, man, this is a perfect example of one of our forefathers, King David, who was a mighty king of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Said he was perfect. So when he was getting ready to die, when he was drawing near his deathbed, this is what he was teaching his son. And specifically here, he was speaking to his son that was going to be heir as king after him, which is King Solomon. And let's see what King David told King Solomon. This is something that we as men, if we have sons, these are the things we supposed to, this is how we supposed to teach our sons how to be men. And it said, now the days of David drew nigh that he should die. And he charged Solomon, his son, saying, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. So going into the topic, what the brother Ezekiel was bringing out, man, how we have to cleanse our ways from what we thought and what we knew, what we was taught by our, you know what I'm saying, probably, you know what I'm saying, our fathers in the world, just, you know what I'm saying, just observing things, the things that we were made to believe what makes us a man. Those are all false, man. We need to cleanse our mind of that. And this is how we really show ourselves to be a man right here. It's saying, keep the charge of the Lord our God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgment and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest and whatsoever thou turnest thyself. So that's how we really show ourselves how to be a man, by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, by learning how to deal with one another, brothers in his truth, learning how to deal with brothers outside the truth, learning how to carry yourself, learning how to deal with your wife, learning how to deal with your children. That's how we show ourselves how to be a man. Like brought out, we was taught that being a man is, you know what I'm saying, how many women we can sleep with. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with having multiple women, because a man is lawful for that. But in the world, when we got those women, we wasn't thinking about making those women our wives. We were just thinking about, hey, sleep with them, move on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things we was taught in the world. You know what I'm saying? How many who dressed the flight? How many pair of Jordans you got? Who got the best looking car? Those are the things we was taught how to be a man according to the way the course of the world is. But according to the Bible, and King David told his son to be and show yourself a man is to keep the commandments of the Most High. You got to back off.
Come on, man. Any other brother got anything they want to bring up before we move on? All right, let's get at John 6 and 63 real quick, man. Those are good points you brought out too, huh? John 6 and 63.
The book of John, chapter 6, verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The word that I speak unto you, they are spirits, and they are life.
Come on, man. So the words that Yahushua came speaking, man, which is the words of his father, man, their spirit, their life, man, and really, they're what makes a righteous man a man, man. As the brother was going out, Gideon was going into, man. Walking in the ways of the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things we should be teaching our kids, man. But just like we brought out in the other classes, man, the thing that separated Adam, the one chosen man that was placed in the garden from the rest of humanity at that time, man, the thing that made him a living creature, man, the thing that made him righteous, man, was the words, the laws that the Most High had given him, man. That's what made him a living creature, man. That's what made him righteous and separate from all the other human beings on the earth at the time, because it wasn't just him, man. It was more than, man. They were all called Adam, man. Let's get Wisdom of Solomon 7, start at verse 24. Hold up. We'll go there real quick. So we go to Wisdom of Solomon 7. Let me make sure I gave you the right verse.
But dealing with wisdom.
Yeah, verse 24 through 25.
Yeah, that's it. The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. But she is the breath of the power of God, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her.
Come on, man. So wisdom, man, the knowledge of these the Most High's words, man, that's the spirit, that's the breath that was breathed into Adam, man, going back to the garden. You know what I'm saying? So that's the breath. So Adam was already a living creature, man, but he was given wisdom. He was given knowledge of the Most High's laws, man. And that's what Yahushua was talking about, man, back in John 6 and 63, man, when he was talking about the words he speak unto us, their spirit, their life, man, because he was giving us that wisdom, man, that knowledge of the Most High's laws, man. So that's what he was talking about, man. Let's get that Ecclesiastes 7 and 12, man.
Too, man. If I can add, man, that's a perfect precept to prove what that, like you said, what that breath was, because you know what I'm saying, a Christian will probably read that, you know what I'm saying, the Lord breathing the breath of life in the Adam, and thank the Lord, the Most High really was down there breathing breath in the Adam's mouth like he was doing CPR on, you know what I'm saying, on Adam or something. Now, man, that breath was that wisdom he gave Adam. Wisdom of what? Wisdom of the law, statute, commandment. Like you said, that what brought Adam to life. Just like before we came into this truth, man. We were just living any type of way. But we was existing, but we wasn't living. We wasn't living till we heard that word, that wisdom, we repented, and we started keeping the law, statutes, commandment, then we came to life. That the same thing that was going on with Adam. He already existed, but he didn't come to life until the Lord gave him the laws, statutes, commandment. He gave him that wisdom, was brought him to life the same way we are today, man. We keep these laws, statutes, commandments. That's us coming to life, man. You gotta back up.
Come on, man. This is another precept right here. Let's get that Ecclesiastes 7 and 12, man.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it.
Come on, man. So it's going back to, man, it was that wisdom, man. Wisdom is that breath for life, man. Wisdom is what makes you alive, man. The understanding of these knowledge, that the knowledge that the Most High has given us, man, with regards to His laws and commandments, man. That's what makes you alive, man. And that's what separates worldly boys or so-called men from righteous men, man. Not only having the understanding, man, but applying this understanding, man. Applying this knowledge, man. Because you got to know how to apply it as well, man. You know what I'm saying? You could be so-called book smart, man. I mean, you could know all the precepts in the world, man. But if you ain't applying it, man, you still not righteous, bro. You got to apply it, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't apply, man. A lot of people in Israel don't apply it, man. They might have all the precepts in the world, man, but they're not applying the knowledge that the Most High has given them, man, and knowing these precepts, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to.
That's Romans 2:13, right?
Come on, go ahead, Doc. Get that, man.
Yeah, Romans chapter 2, verse 13. And it says, "For the hearers of the law are not just before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified." Right? So just like the Ark said, man, if you're not putting this into practice, if you just know it and you don't want to do it, it's not going to be of any benefit to you.
Oh, no. So not just hearing it, man, but you got to actually apply what you've learned, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be an example. Nobody likes somebody, man, that just goes around telling them what they ought to do, and they not doing it themselves. You know what I'm saying? So when you going out, you trying to teach our people, man, you got to be that example, bro. Not only do you got to be preaching to them, but you got to show them that you about what you talking about, what you speaking about, man. So many people, man, they say one thing and do another, bro. You can't be like that in this truth, man. When you speaking the words of the Most High, man, you going out trying to teach and educate, edify people, man. You got to be doing those things that you telling them that they ought to be doing, man. Living righteously, bro. Being an example, especially for the young men that we got growing up, man, in Israel, bro. You see so many of our young men getting killed, man, because they've been misled, man. They role models are the so-called men of this world, bro. They see the wicked getting all the money, man, getting all the women. As the Ark brought up, there's nothing wrong with having multiple women as long as you make them your wives, man. But if you just sleeping with them, man, and just having kids by them, and you ain't taking care of those kids, man, that's wicked, bro. But so many of our young men, man, they've been misled by the things they see on television, man, by the things they see in the hood, man, because they don't got that father figure being an example of what a man should be, what a righteous man should be, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference between being a man in the world and being a righteous man of the Most High, man. Being that man in the world, hey, bro, your reward is going to be the things of those worlds, man. We need to be looking beyond that, man, especially nowadays, bro. We got all this stuff going on in the world, man. All these prophecies come to pass, man. We need to be looking beyond what Esau is showing us that we can have here in Babylon, man, and looking towards that reward in the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be teaching these things to our young men growing up, bro. The things that we talking about here, man. Let's get that Romans 12:2, man.
I got a precept before you go there. Just let me back and continue on what y'all brothers going into. We have a what we teaching other brothers and sisters. So this is the book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 19. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. So just to go along with what y'all brothers going into, man, it's about applying. You like you say, you might have a brother, you might know the Bible through in and through out and in, you know what I'm saying? And he might be teaching a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, the precepts, breaking it down, but he's unprofitable to himself because when it comes to him applying what he's teaching other brothers and sisters to do, when he put in those same situations, now when he done taught so many people, he don't even apply it. So that's why before you teach other brothers and sisters to do anything that whatever you teaching them to do, you need to examine yourself first and foremost to make sure everything you teaching somebody else, you need to apply. Because if you don't, then you unprofitable to yourself. And what's the point? What's the point of you teach other brothers and sisters to abstain from this, abstain from that, and then you yourself is not even doing it? You know what I'm saying? It's pointless. But that's it.
Let's get that Romans 12:2.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable and perfect will of God.
Man. So not going along with the things of this world, man. The things of this world, man, that we're taught are right, man, with regards to what a man is, man, and what you should be. But prove yourself, man, by the perfect will of God, man. What's that, man? Being a righteous man, man. That man is keeping his laws, is striving, man, to do his very best, man, to keep the Most High's laws, man. You know what I'm saying? And have faith in the Son of Mashiach, Yahweh Shah, man. Who cares what the world think about you, man? Who cares if the world turns its back on you, man, because you trying to do what's right, man, according to the laws of the Most High? Should that bother you, man? Nah, man. I was never, man, one of those ones, man, that cared about what people really thought about me, man, or going along with what the crowd think, what the peer pressure, man. That was never me, man. I always did my thing, man. And now looking back, man, because we were chosen from the foundation of the earth, man. The Most High had that in us, even when we were young men, man, because we knew, man, something about what was going on with the world. The things that the other people were doing our age, man, wasn't right, man. I remember, bro, and I had kids making fun of me, man. I remember growing up, man. One of the brothers in the hood, man. Every time his parents went on a trip or whatever, man. Somehow they wound up getting some beer or whatever, man. They always offered me some. We the same age. I was like, nah, sorry, man. I ain't giving into that peer pressure. They clown me, man. I ain't gonna lie. They clown me like I don't know what, bro. I never lived it down, but I never really cared, man, because I wasn't trying to run off with the crowd, man, and do what the crowd was doing, especially if I knew it wasn't right at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not that way now, man. I've never been that way, man. So I praise the Most High every day, man, for waking me and my family up, my wife, my son, and bringing us back to the things that are pleasing to Him, man. We're just keeping His laws, man, keeping His feast days, observing the Day of Atonement. We got the Feast of Tabernacles coming up, man. Keeping the faith in the Son. I praise the Most High every day, man, because He could have left me asleep, man. I could have been one of those dudes still in the world, man, thinking that, hey, man, chasing money, women, and partying all the time, man. That's what makes you a man. That's not what makes you a man, bro. What makes you a man is accepting responsibility, man. That's one of the things that a lot of young men our age don't learn, man. Is they go out and they sleep with all these women, man, and then they get them pregnant, and either whether it's the fault of the mother for not wanting to be with him anymore, or the fact that this dude told me he ain't want no kid, he ain't take care of his kid. Now you got all these legitimate kids running around, and he think he a man because he got 25 kids running around town, man, that don't know anything about him. That ain't what makes you a man, man. That makes you a mindless breeder, bro. You're doing the same thing that they taught us to do back in physical captivity, man. They taught us to be breeders, man. And that's what you're doing, man. You just carrying on that same slave mentality, man, that was forced on us back then. Now you got a choice, man. You got a choice as to whether or not you want to go out and be a mindless breeder, bro. But a lot of our men, man, and I'll be honest with you, bro, having been living here in Babylon, man, and having done the right thing since I was 19, man. I've been responsible for other people. I never ran away from responsibility, man. My parents didn't raise me to do so. I had parents, man, that taught me to take responsibility. I had a dad, man, that set the example, man. He was hardworking, man. What did he do? He'd get up, man, dark 30, 5 o'clock in the morning, man. Wouldn't come out until it was dark. He was taking care of his family, man, providing a living for his family, man. And he taught me to do those same things. So I saw that growing up as an example of what I should be, man. But when I became a father, man, I should provide for my household, man. Speaking of that, let's go into 1 Timothy 5:8, man, because a lot of young men aren't taught these things, man. They're not taught this because they're growing up in, and not to say that every young man that grows up in a single mother household is going to fall into that stereotype, man. But a lot of them do, man. They fall into that stereotype, not having that father, not seeing what a provider is, man. So they themselves don't know how to be providers, man. They themselves don't know how to raise their kids and to be there, man. Let's get that 1 Timothy 5 and 8, man.
The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 5. But if any man provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel.
Come on, man. So if you ain't providing for your own, man, you worse than a heathen, bro. You worse than an infidel, man. How could you bring children to this earth, man, and think that you just don't got to be there for them? Think that they just supposed to somehow make it on their own, man, without their father guiding them, man. How can you honestly think that's a good idea, man? Because you know, man, that a lot of, I'm not saying all, man, but that's why we got all these emotional young men running around, man. Men that don't know how to cope with their feelings, man. The first thing they want to do is act out like a female, man. And what they want to do, they want to go start taking another brother's life, man. For something stupid, something that could be worked out, man. Something that could be talked out. That if they had a dad at home showing them the way, man, that they may know how to deal with these things, man, as righteous men, bro. But nah, man, nowadays, bro, you get young men want to go kill each other, man, because they wearing different colors, man. Because they think that this block belongs to them, man. Hey, man, you in Babylon, bro. Even if you own your house, you still got to pay property taxes on it, man. So don't nothing really belong to you here, man. So in fact, you think a block belong to you, and you're gonna go kill another brother because he wearing a different color and step on your so-called block, man? What's wrong with you, man? That's that slave mentality, man. That's that mentality that we've been taught to hate ourselves, man. We've been taught that we, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American men are less than nothing here, man. And because you see yourself as being less than nothing, when you see another young black, Hispanic, and Native American man, you see him as less than nothing either, too. So you quick to want to take his life, man. But yet you could be trying to spin the block, man. You got gunfire going back and forth. Some Edomite come running down the sidewalk, man. Y'all stop the shooting. Let them go by, because y'all don't want to hit them, man, because y'all cherish them more than you cherish your own lives, man. Wake up. Wake up, man. Yeah. That's not being righteous, man. That does not make you a man, because you can pick up a gun and end another young man's life, and all of a sudden you're a man. Then what happened to you? Somebody either gonna come by and take your life, or they're gonna come looking for you, and what? You ain't gonna be home. One of your family members gonna wind up dead, or you get caught and now you're going to the prison system, and now what's going on with you, man? Motherfuckers trying to turn you out, make you to a little girl, man. And what was it all for, man? Because you thought you was a man by picking up a gun, and now you want to go take another young man's life because you've been taught to hate yourself. See, these are like reactions that we don't think about when we out there and you in the world and you having kids with various women, and you're not there to provide and show your kid the way, man. These are things that they go through, man. And guess what? The cycle continues, man. It continues. Obviously, we under the curses, but that don't mean that you can't take responsibility for your own, man. Let's get 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10. And you got
a precept real quick.
Yeah, doc.
Just to go along with everything you were bringing out, while a lot of these young men growing up, you know what I'm saying, all emotional or whatever. But like you said, you know what I'm saying, man is not in the household. But that also was a prophecy that was going to fall out. People, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, call thee to err, and destroy the way of the path. like you just bringing out, man. We ain't saying that's in every situation, but most of the situations when you got the man out of the household who's ruling over the kids, the children, man, and the old man and a woman, you know what I'm saying? She can do her best, but a woman cannot teach a young boy how to be a man. Just can't. Only a man can teach that young boy how to be a man. Cause like you said, most all women move with emotions. And then that young boy see that, guess what? He gonna be moved with emotion. And that's why young men they growing up, they looking for that father figure. So a lot of them turn to the streets, man. They turn the game banging to try to fulfill that need for that father in their life, man. And then now they're destroyed. Cause I know when I was growing up, I'm only one of my peers that I grew up with that had their father in their house, man. All the rest of my friends, I may have one more friend that had his father in his home. Well, the rest of them, their father was gone, man. They had no father figure in their house. That's why they always like coming hang with me, because they got, when they came in home with me, they got to see that father in their household. They never knew what it was like to have their father in their household. Cause while the father was gone, either the mother caused the father to leave, or father just left on his own because he didn't want no responsibilities. How they father was dead, how they father was in prison, whatever the case was, they didn't have their father in their home, and it was left with the women to try to teach these young boys how to be men. That's just something a woman can never do. She can never teach a boy how to be a man. Only a man can do that. You got to back up.
Come on, man. And, I'm sure we all seen them, and this is for educational purposes only, man. Fair use. I'm just gonna mention Boys in the Hood, man. Remember the scene when what was her name, man? They played Cuba Gooding Jr.'s mother on that, man. Dropped him off to his dad because she knew, man. It's only so much she could teach him, man. At a certain point, man, this dude needs his dad to show him how to be a man. You know what I'm saying? That's why she dropped him off. As you just brought out, although our women, man, may think they wear the pants in the family, some of them may act like they men, but they can't teach a man how to be a man, man. Point blank. It takes a man to teach a man how to be a man, bro. We talking about you can have men of the world, man. Obviously, continuing on this cycle, man, and teaching the young men how to be gangsters and thugs. That's not what we talking about. We talking about teaching our young men how to be righteous men, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's why you can't reprove these young men today, man. You try to reprove them or correct them, man. They get all emotional and they ready to no, they ready to shoot you, man. Especially these young boys these days, man. Hey, man, these young boys playing, man. You say anything wrong to them, they will put you on a shirt, man. Like they have no care for life, man. They don't care about life at all. But you know what I'm saying? You can't reprove them, why? Cause they emotional, man. Cause they was raised by the women, by their mother or something. So they're missing that father figure. Now you try to prove correct them. You raise your voice at them. They get all, all emotional, man. And that's a feminine trait, man. You know what I'm saying? But you got to back up.
Yeah, come on, man. That's a feminine trait, man. And then what makes it so bad, bro? If they take another young man's life, man, they go bragging about it, man. Like it's something to be proud of, man. You should be proud, man, that you went and robbed the mother of her son. Another, a man of his sibling, his brother. Hey, man, depending on how old the guy is, man, another young man of his father, man. You shouldn't be bragging about that, man. That basically you perpetrating the hate, man. You should be trying to love your brother, man. You know what I'm saying? If anything, man, you should be hating other nations, man, not your own, man. But yeah, you want to talk about you love them, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we'd be on the streets teaching, man. You want to come up to us, want to start some static with us, man, because we trying to tell you the greatest people on this earth, man. That you kings on this earth, man. You want to try to spin a block, man, throw a can of soda, try to pop a cap at us, man, for telling you that. But yet you got Esau, man, keeping you down every day, man, the job and everything else, man. And you think you're supposed to love him, man. How ass backward is that, man? Let's get that Second Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10, man. Because
Hey,
you
let me
got
get a precept. Let me precept what you just said, man.
go ahead, Doc.
Because this something they don't understand. When you kill a man, especially if the young as you guys are, when you kill somebody they don't have children, you kill his whole lineage,
Con.
right? You cut him off all the way, right? and that go back to Genesis chapter 1, right? And he said, "What hast thou done?" Genesis 1:10. And he said, "What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground." Right? So that blood, you cut off all his generations after him. And how you gonna pay something like that back?
Okay.
You can't. And that's why that's the thing about what we say about the most high judge of nations also. When you do all this killing and genocide of a nation, all that blood is crying from the ground up into the Lord. Then who gonna pay for it?
God, man, let's get to Second Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10, man. Because you got a lot of young men, man, now that whatever reason, man, don't want to work. They want to sit at home and play video games all day, man, and and ask you for money, man. They see you working, they want to ask you for money, man, or they want to go take what some other hardworking brothers got, man, because they don't want to get off their butts and work, man. Well, let's read the Second Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10, man.
2 Thessalonians 3:10. For even when we was with you, this we commanded you. If any would not work, neither should he eat.
Come on. Now, this ain't talking about a brother, man, that got, for whatever reason, man, a disability or something like that that prevents him from working, man. That's different, man. We talking about brothers who are healthy, man, and just don't want to get up off their butts and take their butt to work, man. Brothers that don't want to keep a 9 to 5 for whatever reason, they feel they too good to work, man. They ain't got to keep a 9 to 5. These are the type of brothers, man, we talk about, man. The brothers that want to live off their parents, live off their grandparents, man, live off their siblings or whatever, man, that don't want to get out and do nothing for themselves, man. The Bible said if you don't work, you don't eat, man. So if you don't want to get your butt up and go to work, man, you don't eat, man. I was taught to work from a very young age, man. At age 12, man, I had a babysitting job, man, over in Germany, bro. Let me see. I've been working straight, man, since the time I was like 16, 17 years old, man. I've been working, bro. Because as I said, I had parents, man, that taught me the value of hard work. I had a father, man, that taught me the value of hard work, man. My parents, man, worked, and they worked hard, bro. My mom worked. You know what I'm saying? I remember even my mom, man, she telling me stories, man, about what happened to her, man, at age 12, bro, that she had to work since she was age 12, man. But yet we got young, feminine men nowadays, man, don't want to get up and go to work, man. They want to be provided everything. They want you to give them everything, man. But these same men running around having babies, man. What are you passing on to your kids, man? They see you not want to get your butt up and work. As I said, man, it's one thing if you got something that's preventing you from working, man, a disability or something like that. That's one thing. But if you healthy, man, and you able to get your butt up and work and provide for your family, guess what? You should be up working and providing for your family, man. You should be setting an example for your son so that he knows, man, that nothing's going to be given to him in life, man. He got to go out and work for it. Not take it from other people who are out there working, man, because you get these people, man, that want to be stick-up boys or whatever, man. They want to rob you for what you got because they don't want to get their asses up and work, man. But yet they consider themselves men, bro. And then I'm talking about, and when I talk about working, I'm talking about jobs that are don't violate the laws of the land either, man. That don't violate the laws of God. So I ain't talking about getting up and going selling on a block, bro. I ain't talking about that type of work, man. Because a lot of men think that, hey, forget the 9 to 5, I'm gonna go get the easy money, man. But by selling to your own people, man, what are you doing? You killing your own people, man. You showing that you hate your people by doing that, man. That's not being a righteous man. That's not the type of work we're talking about, man. And when the Most High open your eyes, man, to this truth and the knowledge that you an Israelite, guess what other type of work? Guess what the primary work you should put in work towards the Most High, man? Feeding your people. Man, that's the
Hey,
heated subject, bro. For me,
yeah,
man. Go ahead.
that read the next verse, man, because you just got through saying that. But Paul said the same thing you just said, man. Said, for we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly, working not at all, but are busybodies.
Come on.
And that's what we got today. Same thing happening now was the same thing happening then. And we got these young cats, they don't want to work, but they always stirring up some trouble being busybodies, man.
Always
That's
been
exactly what you said.
Come on, man. Let's get into what we should be teaching our children, man. Let's get to Proverbs 22:6, man.
Before you get that, let me bring this out too.
Go ahead, up.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 20. Thy sons have fainted. They lie at
Hmm.
the head of all the streets. Going into what you were saying, man, they on the block. You know what I'm saying? You know this, and two of this is talking about who on the street corners, man. You know what I'm saying? What nation or what race of people that you see every morning, you getting up, going to work, you getting out work, that's sitting on the street corner selling drugs, man. You know what I'm saying? Pimping their sisters out, smoking weed all day, getting drunk all day, getting, you know what I'm saying, getting high, doing God knows what, man. You know what I'm saying? Plotting about trying to decide who house they gonna break into next, man. Those are our people. That's why I say they lie at the head of all the street. Meaning we are our young men on the street corner, man, doing God knows what, right? And it says a wild bull in a net. So if a wild bull is in a net, what mean that wild bull is trapped. So that wild bull is trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to do anything and everything to get out that net. And that's how our people are. Cause what do we call these hoods and these ghettos? We call them trapping. And that's what the Lord
That's
said
right.
our people would be in. He's saying we will be in the trap. That's the wild
Yep.
bull, man, doing whatever we can to try to make it up out of them, man. And that's why a lot of our boys, they turn to selling drugs. They just trying to figure out a way that they can get up out of that hood. It's either drug or sports, man. You know what I'm saying? A body bag or prison. No, the only way it seems like our people get up out that net. And really, that ain't no way to make it out, man. Getting killed, you know what I'm saying, going to prison, you know what I'm saying? That ain't no way to make it out, but that's how our people are. And you see a lot of that going on, man, especially the places like Chicago, man. You see a lot of that gang banging going on up there. Even Montgomery, Birmingham, Mobile. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean, wild out there, man. They that wild bull that's in that truck that's trying to get up out that hood and out that ghetto, man. They said they are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of that God, that fear of the Lord. We full of what? Full of them curses, man. But yeah, you got it back.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's
Precept,
get that. Go ahead, up.
just touch on you were talking about the man not working, and then Gideon bringing up though who you see on those street corners hanging out. You see a bunch of us, bunch of lazy men that won't get up and go out and work. And like you mentioned earlier, they wait for the men that do go out and work so they can try to take it from them. You see, they get into this life of game banging or stealing, robbing. These are most of the men that we see. Like you say, when they ain't got that positive role model figure, that man figure in their life, they become emotional. And a lot of these women, when they raise these boys, they spoil these boys. They give these boys anything they want. These boys, they grow up. They don't know how to, because they mama done spoiled them. They don't know how to work. They become emotional. And like, you can't work in a place if you can't take correction or take direction with another man telling you how to do something. So they can't work. They can't stay at the job because they don't want it. They don't want to follow direction. They don't want somebody else telling them what to do. So they become these lazy men. And so how the most high compare lazy men to this what the most high compare lazy men to. Look at Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, 22, 1 and 2 says a slothful man is compared to a filthy stone, and everyone will hiss him out in his disgrace. A slothful man is compared to a filth of a dunghill, and every man that takes it up will shake his hand. So God is comparing a lazy man to a pile of doo-doo. That's how God see a lazy man that won't work, that won't take care of his responsibility. He make this child and he run off. He got other things to do. He too busy for him. He sleeping with woman and woman and woman and woman and making all these babies and not taking care of none of them. Ain't taking care of the women. Ain't taking care of the baby. This man ain't got a job. Most of these men that's having all these kids, they ain't got no job. These are slothful, lazy men, and God compared them to a pile of doo-doo. And that's all these men that ain't got that, like you said, you've been working since you were 12, ain't got a man that make you get up to where you just can't sit in the house and play. You can't just sit in the house and just be on your butt. When the sun come out, you need to be outside doing something. They ain't got no man to tell them. So that woman feel like she can cuddle that boy. She cuddling that boy. It's you all the way up. That's what he gonna be looking for his whole life. That's why a lot of them end up in prison, because they looking for somebody to cuddle them. They think somebody owe them something because mama didn't cuddle them their whole life. So they ain't got that man to tell them put that discipline in them to get out and work, because don't nobody owe you nothing. You want something, you got to go out and work. So they create a lazy boy. Back to y'all.
It's all valid points, man. You all brought out, man. Let's get Proverbs 22:6.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Man. So it starts at a young age, man. You got to start training your kids, man. You got to instill these these good qualities, man. These righteous qualities in your kids, man, when they young, bro. Not when they fucking like 20 years. It's too late then. You got to show them the way from when they at a young, tender age, man. And you got to be that example. Don't just tell them something, man. Because as we were talking about earlier, man, don't just be a person that just says, okay, here's what you got to do, but you're not doing those things you tell them they got to do. You got to be that example, man. So when you tell them, man, they got to be hard working. You got to tell them they got to have a job. They got to keep these laws. Guess what? You need to be having a job. You need to be keeping these laws, man. Not just hearers of the words, man, but doer of the words, man. You got to show, got to lead by example, man. One of the things, man, that, even I'm just going to compare it now, man, to being at the job, at the plantation, right? One of the things I can't stand is a joker come in, man, that's above me, man, comes in and tells me I need to be doing something that he ain't willing to do. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand that part. You ain't no leader, man. How you going to lead when you ain't even doing the things that you telling other people that they ought to be doing, man? So when you tell your kids, man, you showing your sons, man, your daughters that they need to be keeping these laws, man. They need to be doing certain things. Then you need to be doing those same things, man. Otherwise, man, you ain't doing nothing but giving lip service. You're a hypocrite, man, if you're not doing those things you're telling them they ought to be doing, man. So lead and train up a child on where they should go, man. When they're older, they should not depart, man. Especially if they got a good example, man. If they seen their father doing it, if they seeing their father go from woman to woman, having kid to kid, and he ain't engaged in taking care of none of those kids, guess what they gonna do, man? Unless they break that cycle, they gonna wind up doing that same thing, man. Because that's what they seen their dad do. Their dad wasn't there, man. Their dad had kids all over town. So guess what, man? That must be what a man's supposed to be. I'm supposed to have kids all over town. I ain't supposed to be taking care of none of them. That's not righteous, man. That's being unrighteous, man. Because any male with a penis that can get hard can have a kid, man. But it takes a man to raise a kid. It takes a man to be in their life, man, and lead them in the way they should go, man. Especially when you got a world, man, that is against them, bro. You're in Babylon, man. The entire world is against the so-called Black, Native American, and Hispanic man. So how are you as their father, man, going to be against them too? They're going to show that you don't care about them because you didn't feel that they were important enough to stick around or to be involved in their life. There's certain situations, man, that they may dictate that you ain't going to be with their mom. But that don't mean that you can't have an involvement with their life, man, in their life, even in the world, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to be involved in your kid's life, man. You got to show them the way. You got to lead them the way. If not, they're going to go down that wrong path, man, unless the Most High has mercy on them and wakes them up so that they break this cycle, so they come out of the ways of Babylon. Let's get Deuteronomy 6 and verse 7.
Oh man, if I could just touch on what you had said earlier too, not the sidebar too far, but like you said, what makes a man a leader, like you said, you got somebody above you that's pass orders down to you, but they telling you to do something they ain't willing to do. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the type of man you want to follow. Like when you look at these leaders of these countries today, man, these presidents, these prime ministers that's sending forth their people to war, but they themselves are not willing to go to war. When you look at the kings and the rulers of the nation back in ancient time, you know why they were kings ruling the nation? They were willing, they went to war with their people. They wasn't just sitting on their throne and sitting back, sending their soldiers and warriors out to war while they were just back at home eating down chicken and getting fat, man. But you look at these leaders today, they send they people like Trump and Prime Minister Devil send forth all these young men go out there and die, but any of them would go out there and fight for their country. Neither one of them, man. So in order to be a leader, you got to be first willing to do the order that you giving men up under you to do. If you're not, I can't look at you as a leader. If you tell me to do something that you yourself are not willing to do, how can I follow you, man? You got to back up.
Come on, man. You bring up a good point too, man. You know, you look at King David, man. He was willing to go. He went out there and fought, man. Look at our king that's coming back, Yahweh Shai, man. He's a man of war, bro. He's coming back. He's fighting, man. He's leading by example, bro. But you look at, as you said, man, you look at these so-called world leaders today, bro. You know damn well Biden ain't gonna get out there on the battlefield now. Putin might get out there, man. He might. I think that joker ride around with motorcycle games, something like that. Put a pair of gloves on, square off in the ring. With Trump ain't gonna get his ass out there. But these are the men that you want to set over you, man. Men that are willing to send your sons and daughters off to die, but they're trying to do everything they can to get their sons and daughters from going over there, man. They themselves over there, man. So you supposed to lead by example, man. How am I going to be sending you to die? Be sending you to do something I ain't willing to do. If I'm not going to send you in, if I don't want to go into the meat grinder, why I want to send your sons and daughters to the meat grinder for some political objective? That's what it's all about, man. Land and resources, man. So if I'm not going to send you off to die, man, if I'm not going to, be willing to go with it myself, man, I ain't going to be willing to send your sons and daughters to die, man. I ain't gonna try to convince you to do nothing I wouldn't be willing to do, man. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a preacher to you, man, I'm gonna be about what I preach, man. And that's what you should be teaching your sons, man. Your daughters too, man. Don't just speak about it, man. Be about it, man. Let's get Deuteronomy 6 and 7, man.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 7. And thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
In case y'all haven't figured it out, we talking about the commandments. The laws of the Most High. That's what we should be teaching. That's what we should be talking about with our kids, man. Every opportunity you get, man, you should be talking to your kids, man, to lead them in the way of righteousness, man.
Get me Sirach 30. Matter of fact, I'm here. Sirach verses 30. I'm gonna start at the top. He that loveth his son causeth him off to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end. He that chastiseth his son shall have joy of him, and shall rejoice of him among his acquaintances. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he hath left one behind him that is like himself. Right? And that's what I was talking about earlier, man. Our boys are so emotional, man, because they don't have nobody to be taught. And you cats are so wicked, y'all don't want to hang around and teach your son and have the joy of him. So when you die, you know you left somebody just like you behind. Right? Y'all some wicked brothers. Y'all some wicked Jakes and wicked Eves out here, though.
Come on, man. Hey, man, now that you brought that out, because let's get that Proverbs 13:24, man. You must have been reading my mind out.
Man, even like you said, that precept he just brought out, when you be, because I like looking at those ancient, you know what I'm saying, movies, like basically that set back in the ancient times when they went out and they battled hand to hand combat. When you will see, like, if a father got killed in front of his son, get what his son made it his mission to do when he grow up, to get the people who killed his father. So you know what I'm saying,
Con,
exactly what the precept said, man. Well, you gonna be just like your father. You're gonna grow up, and who your father enemies was. You're gonna make them your enemies too. Like I said, man, I love watching movies like that, man. You know, exactly how you supposed to be,
Con.
man. If I sit there and watch you murder my father and my whole family, when I grow up and I come up of age, I'm coming to get you, man. And that's how it's supposed to be.
the only thing, man, is nowadays, man, because we've been taught to love everybody, man. We forgot who our enemy was, who our enemy is. So
And
Esau,
because
man.
and
That's
because they growing up in these houses without no daddy, a lot of these cats hate their daddy
Con,
and don't want to be nothing like them. That's the sad part about it, man. You want Proverbs 13 and 24.
And just going back off what you just said, because a lot of times, man, that's because, I mean, who's teaching? I mean, aside from the father in the house, who's teaching them to hate their dad, man? They mom,
Exactly.
man. You know what I'm saying? Wicked Eve, man, teaching them to hate their dad, man, because she hate him for whatever reason, man, because they didn't work out. Now, because the kid reminds her of his dad, she hate him and teaching him to hate his dad, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I heard. It was like, and they do it subtly, right? They say, well, your daddy ain't shit. This, that, your daddy, that. Then they turn around and tell the child, you just like your daddy.
Yep.
Right? So it's a cycle, man.
Huh. There's a cycle that needs to be broken, man.
Right.
But we still on these curses, man.
Con. Proverbs 13 and 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chastiseth him betimes.
Con, man. You see your kid going off, man, doing things they ain't supposed to be doing, man. You need to chastise that kid, man. I know here in Babylon, man, they try to, you correct your kid, man. You spank your kid. Call it child abuse. No, man, that's showing that you love your child, man. As long as you ain't taking and punch them in the face and kicking them in the stomach. No, if you putting a belt to their butt, man, that's showing correction, man. Because what's gonna happen if you don't correct your child, man?
The CEO gonna correct them.
The CEO is gonna correct them, huh? You know what I'm saying? So the Babylon, they want to see your child misbehaving, man. They want to see your kid grow up and go into the system. Why? They get free slave labor out of them, man. They can make money off of them, man. So, but the Bible says something different, man. If you don't chastise, you don't put the rod to their butt, man, then you don't love your child, man. You hate them, as a matter of fact. That's why, man, growing up, man, I got 3 sons my size, man. I got to be able to toss them jokers around if they get out of hand. You know what I'm saying? But they respectful, man. They respectful, man. But if they were not respectful and unruly, man, I mean, you'll be in a world of hurt, bro. So you got to put that rod to their butt when they're little, man. Otherwise, they grow up be bigger than you. They think they can take you out, man.
Oh.
And that's the problem with the household today, man. Women, a single mother will not want to chastise that son. And she can only do so much with that child. Because when they hit 12, 13 years old, they bigger than her now. Right? 14, 15, they bigger than her. She can't do nothing with them at that point. But they don't have that foundational discipline for her to even to deal with it. So that's why you see so many of these mothers crying out for help, though. But it's too late now.
It's too late, man. And then they found out they need that man in the household. They needed that man to be part of their son's life, man. And because she taught him to hate his dad, man. Now he won't listen to him either. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to Proverbs 22 and 15.
Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 15. Foolishness is bound in the heart of a child, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him.
Man. So foolishness, man, unwise things, man, abound in the mind of a child, man. A child, man, if left uncorrected, man, get into all types of trouble, man. But that rod of correction, man, set him back on that right path, bro. You gotta discipline your child growing up, man, especially here in Babylon, man. Look around at some of the kids, the celebrity kids, man, that we see, man. They're often in the media, man. Who is that? Dwayne Wade, whatever his son, man. Think he a woman, man. Why? Because his dad didn't correct that ass, man, and tell him that a man's meant to be a man and a woman's a woman, man. Now, so his son thinking that he's a woman now. Nah, man, you gotta have that rod of correction, man. A man, if you born a man, you're a man. If you born a woman, you're a woman. Your son gotta know, man. The Most High don't make mistakes, man. He didn't put no woman in no man's body, no male's body, bro. So you gotta set him back on that path, man. And that comes with teaching them laws too, man. You know what I'm saying? Sitting down with them, talking about the laws of the Most High, man. Keeping that righteousness in their mind, man, because there's plenty of unrighteousness, man. You turn on the television, bro, and just about everything they show on there, for the most part, commercials and stuff, unrighteousness, man. It's all about, sometimes I wonder, man, what they selling, man. They selling a product, or they selling sex, man. Even toothpaste commercials, man. Look like they trying to sell sex in that, man. That's how you get the kids' attention. But the point being made, man, there's plenty of unrighteousness out there, man. So you got to lead your kid in the way, man. Teach him or her, man, the righteous ways, man. We talk about men right now, so teach your son, man, righteousness, man. Anybody got anything before I move on?
Yeah, I just add because you brought it out about Dwayne Wade. That go to show you too. In every situation, just because the man in the house, don't mean that son gonna come out being a man. Because like you said, that dude, little young boy, got his father in the house, and look how he still turned out. Wide open because his father, Dwayne Wade, he's effeminate, man. You know what I'm saying? He paint his fingernails and wearing dresses and dyeing his hair pink and all that. So a man like that can't teach a man how to be a man neither, man. And then you look at Magic Johnson's son, man. Man, that dude 6'8" should be playing a power forward in the NBA or something. Straight up sodomite, man. Wearing wigs, you know what I'm saying, putting makeup on his face and all that. But that goes back to his father, because you know what I'm saying, there was a rumor going around that Magic Johnson was you know what I'm saying, playing both sides of the field. So you got the right man in the household to teach a young boy how to be a man. Because you got men like that, hey, they're gonna turn out bad for you. But you got it back, man.
Come on, man. Speaking of that, man, let's get that 1 Corinthians 11:3, man. Because this is something a man got to remember, man. You in the household, bro. You the head of the household, man. I'm not sure in the case of Dwayne Wade, man, if he let Gabrielle Union tell him what to do with his son.
That's all it is.
But you got to be the head of the household, man. The woman shouldn't be in there telling you what to do, man, or what she think is right with your son. No, man, you know something's wrong with your son putting lipstick, high heels, and dresses on, man. You need to fucking correct that, man. You need to say something, and she needs to be quiet. Let's get that 1 Corinthians 11:3, man. Because women, man, they be thinking that stuff be cute, man. Like some of their best friends be effeminate men, man, gay men and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't cute, man. Especially as a father, man, your son growing up that way. Ain't nothing about that cute, man. And if you got a woman in the household that's encouraging that, telling you all just let him do it, no, man, you need to correct that. You need to nip that in the bud, man. In the bud when he's still young, man. Don't let it go no further. Nip that crap in the bud, man. Let's get 1 Corinthians 11:3.
1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of every woman is man, and the head of Christ is God.
Come on, man. So the head of the woman is the man. Being the head of the household is the man. So you are not to be aligned in your own household, man. But you should keep order in your own household, man. If you see something disorderly, like your son putting on dresses and stuff like that, that's out of order, man. As we just got finished saying, you need to correct that. And as Gideon just got finished saying, man, You can't have no effeminate man in the household, man, because otherwise you're gonna have stuff like that going. You need to have a righteous man in the household, man. So not just any man, but a man of the Most High, man, a righteous man in the household, man. That's called being a man of the world. Them two dudes right there, because they giving in to the things that the world promotes, man, particularly here in Babylon. So we ain't talking about having that type of man. We talking about having a man of the Most High, man, a righteous man in the household. Somebody's gonna nip that type of stuff in the bud, man. You know what I'm saying? Put that. You can't have that, man. Ain't no sodomite. Shouldn't be no sodomite, man, among the son of Israel, man. So you got that crap in the bud, man. Let's get Proverbs 31 verses 1 through 3. Anybody got anything they want to bring up? All right, we get Proverbs 31 verses 1 through 3.
Proverbs 31 verse 1. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings.
Come on, man. So you got to be giving your strength to the woman. Don't relinquish your head of household, your leadership of the household or the family to a woman. Do we not remember what happened in the garden, man, with Eve? Eve knew the laws, man. Whether it was given to her by the Most High directly or through her husband, Adam, man, she knew the laws. But yet still, what happened, man? She went off by letting another man teach us some other doctrine, man. What do you think is going to happen if you let a woman as head of the household, man? Is not the woman the weakest vessel? She's the weakest vessel, correct? So it's going to take a man of the Most High, a strong man, to lead that household, man. You let a woman lead the household, man, she's going to give in to all her emotions, bro. You know what I'm saying? We think differently as men, bro. We think security-wise as men, man. We don't think emotionally. We think protecting family as men. What do you think the woman is going to be thinking, bro? She's going to be thinking with her emotions, man. Don't give your strength to a woman. Don't turn over your leadership to a woman. Lead your family, man. That's the order the Most High set up, and you need to follow it. Let's get Sirach. Go ahead, Doc.
Now they about to try to turn the country over to a woman. That I mean, but this one they about to turn the country over to, man. That's gonna cause ruin.
Man, that's why everybody look at Babylon as a joke, man. Yeah. How you, like you said, man, how you gonna have a woman being the head and leading the whole country, man? Like that's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why this kingdom is going down, man. And like you said, man, a woman do things based off their emotions and their feelings, man. You know what I'm saying? She feeling this way 1 minute. She want to do. She. I'm finna go press the new. Hey, she'll be ready to press that nuclear butt, man. That red butt, all because her menstrual cycle on and she feeling a certain type of way. Now she ready just to blow up the whole world, man. You know, like I was bringing out, man think with logic, man. We don't think based and move based off our emotions, man. We sit down and analyze the situation before we make a move, man. And that's why the Lord said, He told Moses, man, when dealing with the congregation, set a man over the congregation. He didn't say set a woman over a congregation. Because you know a woman cannot lead, you know what I'm saying, lead men in that type of way. You need a man to lead man, man. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, you got to look at a brother too, man. If you a brother who allow his woman to rule over him, to me, you're a weak brother, man. That, like you said, I don't mean you act like a lion or you be a drill sergeant to your woman, man. But if you let that woman rule over you and telling you to do this and do that, and you run around pounding stuff like a little kid, man, you weak as hell, man. And that's why that woman don't respect you, and that's why that woman don't follow you. Because a woman respect and love you, that woman, because she naturally are supposed to be a follower anyway. A man in our natural state, we're leaders. Women in their natural state, they're followers. In the commandment that the Lord gave in Genesis, the third chapter verse 16 said a woman's desire is supposed to be towards her husband. She, you know what I'm
Con,
saying? So that's how it's supposed to be, man. You know what I'm saying? Not a man desire is supposed to be towards his wife, because if your desire is towards your wife, guess what you're gonna be doing? You're gonna have a Christmas tree up in your house. You're gonna be doing Easter egg hunt. You're gonna be Valentine. You're gonna be going to get a little box of chocolate for Valentine's Day. If you let a woman lead, that's what's gonna happen, man. You know what I'm saying? So a man has to be a leader over his household, because that's first and foremost. Before you can lead a nation of men, you got to be able to lead your own household. If you can't lead your own wife and children, man, how can you go out there and be a leader over a nation of other grown men? You got to back up.
con. Hey, let's get that Sirach chapter 33, verses 18 through 21.
33, 18. Sirach chapter 33, verse 18. Hear me, O ye great men of the people, and hearken with your ears, ye rulers of the congregation. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest, and give not thy goods to another, lest it repent thee, and thou entreat for the same again.
Con, man.
As
So not only you not supposed to be giving the woman power over you, man. You ain't supposed to be giving your friend, your kids, none of them power over you, man. Right? The only person supposed to have power over you is the Howard Shah, man. Don't give your strength to no woman. Don't give your strength to your children, man, or to your friends, man. Because guess what, man? Power in the wrong hands, what? That's dangerous, bro. It'll turn around, man. Especially if you got a friend that you can't really count on, man. It'll turn around and betray you with your wife. Don't give no
Butcher Bobby
power over,
Womack.
huh?
Be like Bobby Womack.
Come on, man. So if you still in the world, bro, and you out doing dirt,
Yeah, it's
the
gonna come back.
dirt you better not be telling that to your friend. Because guess what? Your friend to use that power you just gave him over you and use it against you, man. So don't give power of yourself over yourself to anyone, man. Not even those who are in your closest circle, like your kids, like your wife. And you need to be proven a friend, man. You better make sure that before you go out and you call somebody your friend, even before you trying to make somebody your wife, you need to be proven them, man. You need to know what type of person they are, bro. Because if not, you don't take time out to prove that woman or to prove that friend, and you just rush in haste, man, because you see a big booty and some big breasts and some cute lips. Guess what, man? You're gonna give power over yourself to that woman because you ain't the right type of woman that actually wants to settle down and be a wife and be faithful, and you go and mess up and impregnate her, man. You don't think her having a baby? That ain't. That's giving her power over you, man. Because now what she can do? She can use Esau's system against you, man. Bring you up on child support, and if you fall behind, you going to jail. Don't give these wicked women power over you, man. Prove a woman first, and even when you do make her your wife, man, don't give her power over you, man. And how can you tell when you have power over somebody, man? Is you can affect the change in their emotions, bro. That's how you know you got power over somebody, man. If you do something and you see a change in that person's emotion, that person's demeanor, that's how you know you got power because you can affect them mentally, man. Don't give that type of power yourself over to nobody, man, even to your kids. Because let's face it, man, sometimes even when you try to do the right thing with your kids, they still go astray, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't give power to nobody, man, over yourself, man. Let's move on from that because we go to let's go to Sirach 6 and 7, man. This is what we were just talking about by proving a friend first, man.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
Come on, man. We just went over that, man. Prove them first, man. Don't be quick to give nobody credit, man. I think somebody your best friend. I think you want to settle down and marry this person. You better get to know him first, man. Don't make no promises of marrying to him either, because you make that promise, man. You betrothed, you gotta, you know what I'm saying, that person becomes your wife. Don't make that promise, man. Let's go to Tobit 8 and 7, man. Because this is something that our young man gotta learn too, man. Is because here in this society, man, and the way these females are dressed, man, a lot of times this right here is what happens, man. Let's go to Tobit 8 and 7. Because the first thing you see, man, that attracts you is what, man? That physical appearance, right? Because you don't yet know a person, man. So you don't know what they're all about mentally, spiritually. So the first thing that attracts you is that physical aspect. Let's go to Tobit 8 and 7, man. And these are the things you should be teaching your son, man. So they growing up, because these young men, bro, and it don't matter sometimes, as I just got finished saying, no matter how much you try to beat it into them, man, that they gonna see and they gonna fall for this girl with a big old booty or whatever, man. This girl, you know what I'm saying? And they think that's love, man, because this girl got this big old booty and they got some, and now they in love or whatever, man. Tobit 8 and 7, man. Let's bring that out, man.
Book of Tobit, chapter 8, verse 7. And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust, but uprightly. Therefore, mercifully ordain that we may become aged together.
Come, man. So when you see a woman, man, that you want to make your wife, don't take her for lust, man. Just because you got that lust bug on you, man. Is this somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with, man? That's why you got to prove them first, man. Because how you gonna know unless you prove them? If you just looking at that physical aspect, man, that don't tell you what type of mentality that don't tell you what type of person she is on the inside. She could be nice body, man, but dumb as a box of rocks, bro. That's who you want to spend the rest of your life with, just because she got a nice body. You know what I'm saying? Dumb as a box of rocks, though, man. And unruly, man. Don't want to listen to nothing you gotta say. Now you don't want to lay with her, got her pregnant. Man, don't take your sister for lust, man. Don't get that lust bug, bro. Prove them first, man.
Con.
Anybody got anything they want to bring out on that?
Yeah, I got a precept. Well, you go ahead, somebody.
Sirach 37:12. And just going along with everything you saying about proving the sister. When this is why the Bible is so important. And when we be out there, we trying to teach them how important the Bible is. Everybody want to kick it to the side. And we see the stuff that happening. Even when you bring out Dwayne Wade, Matt Johnson, they don't follow the scriptures. But if you was a man that was following the scripture, you will apply stuff like this. Ecclesiasticus 37:12. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind. You would, like you say, you would prove the sister and make sure that sister mind is according to your mind. You will be, why are you proving her? You're gonna make sure, is she willing to follow these commandments? Is she willing to accept 1 Corinthians 11:3? This the order. Is she willing to get behind you with the order? Or you starting to see little signal to where she want to take the lead. She want to be the man. You start to say certain things and she ain't, you ain't proving that sister. But unless you, like you just said, you looking at that cute face, you're like, man, I let her get away with this. The more you let her get away with it, the more she gonna want to get away with it. And after a while, you gonna be the one following her. So it's up to us to prove and take this stuff seriously. When we proving a female, we got to make sure that girl got the same mind that we got. We don't need her mind; she need our mind, and she got to be willing to follow us. And like Gideon brought out a couple of times, it ain't about we ain't no lions, we ain't no dictators, we talking about following us as we follow Christ, and we got to make sure that person is following us as we follow Christ, or you gonna end up with a demon. You got to get in.
Yeah, this is the book, like to go along with what you and Ezekiel, we all been bringing out, like you said, don't take your sister, don't take that sister or that woman for less. Cause like you said, when the first thing that attracts you to a woman is you got to be physically attracted to her. That first and foremost. Cause if you're not first and foremost physically attracted to that woman, and then you know what I'm saying, you're not even trying to be emotionally attached to her, trying to prove her. But also that physical attraction can deceive you too. But this is the book of Sirach, chapter 9, verse 8. Turn away that eye from a beautiful woman and look
Come.
not upon another's beauty, for many have been deceived by the beauty of a woman. For herewith love is kindled as a fire. So that look, like you said, that beauty we see, might see somebody like Beyonce, Jennifer Lopez. You like, dang man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, them boys bad. You know what I'm saying? You can get deceived by that. So you ain't trying to prove that wrong thing. You thinking about it laying down with that woman. I got to get that. So you lay down with that woman. You got to take this woman for your wife. And now you starting to, after you got it, because once we get it now, we like, hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is now. But now this woman your wife. Now you looking at the other things besides her beauty that's on her. She can't cook. She can't clean. You know what I'm saying? She ain't no good mother. But now you stuck with that because why? You got deceived by her beauty, and just because some a woman look good on the outside, don't mean they inside they spirit match their beauty on the outside. But you got to back up.
Come, man. That
Another
just
thing,
go ahead up.
other thing with that scripture that Gideon just brought out, saying, "Look not upon a woman with lust." You got to think about if that's what you look for a woman. Like Gideon said, once you get it, what you think the next woman? It's somebody that look better than her. So that love for I
Come,
gonna continue. You get this now. It's somebody else that didn't caught your attention because all you got a lustful heart. So you
all right,
got. That's why we got to train ourselves to be real men, and we look to vet a woman to prove that woman to where every woman don't catch our eye. We start to lust after every woman because once you get this one,
come,
it'll be another bag. Then you won't down, then it'll be
come,
another bag. And
mm,
the process gonna. So that's why we have to train our mind and train our not to be lustful.
come. And
Chad,
I
that's
know
it.
it's hard in these days of time, man, because all this social media. If you're on social media, no matter what you on, you ain't even looking for stuff like that. You're gonna be an IG model on there half naked, with a video post. Dang, you know what I'm saying? That's when you start to get that lust, man. Cause it's like it's everywhere. Like Ezekiel brought out earlier, man. You can't turn on a TV without seeing some half naked woman. You watching movies, you seeing half naked women on there. So you know what I'm saying? We know that spirit as men is hard to fight, but you gotta fight it, man.
Come, man. Just go along with the precept you brought out, Gideon, man. Sirach 25:21, man. Stumbling out at the beauty of a woman and
Come,
desire her not for pleasure, man. And 9 times out of 10, man, that's what these young men saying, bro. They seeing the beauty of this woman, man. They want to hit that, man. Hit that, hit that, hit that. You know what
come.
I'm saying?
And
Yeah, 'cause we know
nowadays,
when we was in the world, that's all I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm
yeah.
just being straight up. As a man, that's all I wanted to do. Like if you presented yourself like that, that's all I wanted to do. So,
And the crazy
yeah.
part is nowadays that woman might not be a woman.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
That's the
can't
crazy
tell these
part.
days,
You can't tell.
man. 'Cause, hey,
And
you
and
damn sure can, man.
you
Especially like
get
places like Atlanta. Like
in New
man, I be
Orleans.
like for real. Can't
Yeah.
tell, man. Hey, you better make them show you some baby pictures. You better go be their family member. They don't show you some baby pictures and everything before you decide to lay down with that. Cause you could be laying down with
Yeah.
the transformer, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Hey, man, let's get that Exodus 20 and 17, man. Because there's certain ways, man, we're supposed to deal with our neighbors, man, who, in times past, man, in ancient times, man, our neighbors, I mean, nowadays, man, you might have neighbors who are Edomites, Moabites, Ammonites, but back in the day, man, our neighbors was our brother, man, fellow Israelites, man. So let's get into how, we ought to deal with our brothers, man, our neighbors as well, man, as men. Exodus 20 and 17.
The book of Exodus,
Exodus.
chapter 20, 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is his neighbors.
Con, man. So, hey, man, as righteous men, bro, we ain't supposed to be trying to holler at your neighbor's wife, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be trying to covet anything that's your neighbor's, man. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, man, you get these unrighteous brothers, man. You walking down the street with your woman, man. They trying to, even though they see you with them, man, what they want to do? They eyeing her up and down, man. That's that covetous spirit, man. You ain't supposed to be doing that to your brother, man. You know what I'm saying? If you desire to sleep with your brother's wife, your neighbor's wife, man, you're unrighteous ass motherfucker. You deserve to be put to death when your Howard Shaw returns, man. If you don't
That's
repent,
right.
because you got a lot of jakes out there who are like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And they think it's something to be bragging about, man. And if you one of these weak ass women that are led away with that, man, hey, man, brothers, I'm telling you right now, don't do nothing stupid over that woman. Let her ass go, man. Because if she willing to go sleep with another motherfucker and she married to you, let her go, man. Get yourself a righteous, because they're out there, man. They might be few and far between, man, but they're out there. There are righteous women out there who won't be led astray by that, man. But as a righteous man, you are not to be trying to covet your brother's wife, man.
Con. And this is real heavy because that covetousness will cause you to break all them other commandments, man.
Come,
And so you got to, and it take discipline in your mind to not to covet, man. And you jakes, man, y'all don't care because you don't love your brother. That's where you covet.
Come, man.
Let me bring out this too. Like, cause I just said it's in your mind, man. Cause you know what I'm saying, your house shot said the same thing. Cause you know what I'm saying, people at the time they probably think about just cause I didn't sleep with the man, like it ain't nothing wrong with me mentally thinking about sleeping with her. Nah, your house shot check that spirit too. This is the book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 28. And this is a scripture that a lot of Christians get wrong too. They try to say just cause you look at a woman and lust at her, that's adultery. No, it's not. Because only thing lust means is desire. So you can look at a single woman and desire to have her. If that woman is single, you can desire to have her. It ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But if if that woman is married and you desire to have her, that's when it becomes a sin. So this book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 28. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her have committed adultery with her already in his heart. So that's going back to the precept just brought out. If you looking on that woman, lusting after her, what you doing? You coveting, you having covetous towards that man's wife. So that's when you commit adultery, because that's a married woman. But you got to back up.
Come, man. Let's get that Leviticus 19, start at verse 17 through 18. Because if you're doing those things, man, then especially if you desire to have another brother's wife, man, you really hate your brother in your heart, man. You know what I'm saying? So Leviticus 19, start at verse 17 through 18.
Leviticus 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So if you see your neighbor, your brother going off, man, hey, man, you to set him straight, you to remind him to keep these laws, man. That's how you not suffer sins on your brother, man. That's how you show you love your brother, by correcting your brother, man. So if you don't correct your brother, man, you showing that you really hate your brother too, because you suffering sin on him, man. So you would correct your brother, man, if you see him going off. Verse 18.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahweh.
Man. So you ain't supposed to be trying to take revenge or hold grudges against your people, man. You know what I'm saying? Your brother. And, you know, anything that you wouldn't want to see happen to yourself, you wouldn't want to see nothing bad happen to yourself, man, then you ought not be wishing those things on your brother either, man. But some Israelite men are like that, man. They want something bad to happen to you for other reason, because you accidentally stepped on his shoe, or you accidentally said something to him that you ain't know upset him, and now they hold a grudge against you, man. I wish that brother get hit by a car. Like, man, I ain't even, come talk to me, man. I ain't even know I offended you, man. You know. So you ain't supposed to be holding grudges against your brother, man. If you got something, man, that needs that is upsetting you that your brother did, man, talk to the brother, pull him aside, man, talk to him. Which leads us into, let's get that Matthew 18, man. Start at verse 15 through 17.
You said what up?
Matthew chapter 18, start at verse 15 through 17.
The book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 15. Moreover, if thy brother should trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. And if he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. But if he will
Come.
not hear thee,
So the first thing you should do, man, your brother did something that offended you, man. Go tell him his fault, man. Between you and him alone, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold it. Don't hold a grudge against him, man. Because the brother may not even know he did something that offended you, man. It may not even been intentional, man. It's just something that you thought that he meant by something he said that he didn't even mean it in that way, man. So go tell him his fault between you and him alone. Go ahead, Art.
but if he will not hear thee, then take with thee one or two more, that in the mouth of two or three witnesses every word may be established. And if he should neglect to,
So if you go tell him, man, hey, bro, you did this or that, whatever. I felt offended by that, man. And the joke is like, I don't give a shit, man. Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Then, man, that's when he's not hearing you at that point, man. Because he's not caring. The fact you came to him and told him he did something that offended you, and he's just like, man, I don't care about that, man. You know, screw you. You know what I'm saying? Then, if he don't hear you, man, then take with you one or two more, and in the mouth of two, three witnesses shall the word be established, man. So go ahead, Art.
and if he neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a hidden man in a public.
Come on, man. Then bring it before the congregation, man. And if he neglects to hear them, man, then hey, man, he's as a heathen to you. Then, man, don't have no dealings with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a grudge, you have an issue against your brother, man, the first thing you should do, man, is go talk to him about it. Not pick up a gun, man. Like brothers, you know, young men want to do nowadays, man. Go talk to your brother, man. A lot can be accomplished by simply you talking to your brother, talking the matter out, man. Because there's probably a misunderstanding that, you know what I'm saying, you saw it one way, he saw it another, and you two talk it out, man. And you two can normally come to some type of resolution. That's what you should do first, man.
Got a precept up. Cause
Go
like you
ahead.
said, man, there's a perfect scripture, man, cause a lot of that goes on in Israel, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a situation with a brother, you know what I'm saying? He was like that, you know what I'm saying? He was just mad at his brother, and I'm like, bro, he ain't gonna do no good, you telling me. You know what I'm saying? Go tell that brother. That brother probably don't even know that, you know what I'm saying, he offended you in that way that I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna let it be. Nah, that ain't right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ain't gonna go tell the brother. It ain't my job to go tell this brother the fault the type of way you think he offended you. That's your job to do. Show the scripture, still ain't do it. So our brother need to correct that even in his truth. But this is the book of Sirach, chapter 20, verse 2. It is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? A brother hold that hate in, and he'll hold that grudge in to the point where he just now he don't want nothing to do with the brother. And the brother don't even know that he offended that brother, but you holding this grudge secretly and angry with this brother. Now this brother wondering why you acting funny towards him. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you just being a man, because we men. If a man get mad with you for you coming to him and expressing how you feel in a man-to-man situation, that brother just a feminine brother anyway. So no, if a man, like I tell brothers all the time, if I do anything that's going off our offense, hey man, come to me and let me know. You know what I'm saying? I might not know that I went off or that I did something to offend you, but don't just sit there and hold that anger in. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people in Israel do. They instead of them going and, you know what I'm saying, talking to that brother man to man and correcting that brother, like, bro, you offended me in this way right here, brother. Probably like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know that, bro. So since now that you told me, I won't do it no more. The issue solved. You know what I'm saying? They'll just hold that anger in and keep that grudge secretly, man. And so that's it, though.
Come on, man. I mean, these last days, man, I mean, the Most High is building up righteous men, man. You know what I'm saying? He's bringing, those men who he's chosen to wake up in these last days, man. He's making righteous man, more precious than fine gold, man. And a righteous man can be a defense, man, to his whole household, man. Look at Noah, man. Prior to the floods, man. I mean, Noah was righteous, man, and because of that, man, his 3 sons were covered, his wife, their wives. You know what I'm saying? All because of the righteousness of Noah, man. So a man's also going to be a hiding place for these women in these last days, man. We ain't talking about any old man. We ain't talking about a man of the world, a thug or what want to be or what not, man. We talking about a righteous man, a man that's trying to do right by following in the ways of the Lord, man. That's the type of man we talk about, man. You brothers got anything? Because if not, get ready to close out, man.
I want to bring out Ephesians 4:22. When we were talking about going from unrighteous boys to righteous men, we want to put off that Ephesians 4:22, that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on a new man, which is after God, is created in righteousness and true holiness. That's us taking out when we out there talking, we telling our young men, and they have to come back to the commandment. They have to strip off that old personality, that old person that they used to be. They have to get rid of that stuff and step into this new man, a real man, a man of God. And that's that man creating that righteousness, following these commandments. You get that true holiness, that when you start following the commandment, you allow the Holy Spirit to take control of your life, and you get rid of all the stuff that we done named. You get rid of that lazy spirit. You get rid of that lustful spirit, that evil eye you have toward your brother. You get rid of all that stuff because you done took off, you done put away all that old personality that you used to have. You done got rid of it, and you've been created to a new creature, one that's following after the Most High God through His Son Yahweh Shai. So we this is what we teaching them. And then, and it crazy how people look at us like we doing something wrong. We see them telling young men how they should be better. Bro, get a job. You run around trying to chase women, and you ain't got how you gonna take care of them? You ain't got no job. Get you a job. Get you a job. Get you a house. Get you a car, so you are able to take care of a woman and children. You can't take care of nobody if you ain't got nothing. You ain't got no means of. You can't even take care of yourself for real. And then when you look at a young man, his pants hanging below his butt, and we like, man, pull your pants up. Look like a man. No real man walking around with pants so tight you can see their veins, and then under his butt. No around like that. Pull your pants up. Look like a real man. Because you gotta even say you into the truth, and you walking around like that, there's still a spirit that's gonna be on you from walking around like that. You ain't changed. You ain't that man of God, because that spirit gonna remain on you, because that's the way you carrying yourself. You still in your own conversation, your mouth, but you still in your conversation because you still dressed like that unrighteous boy. You ain't became a righteous man yet. So you have to change your whole ways. All that stuff we used to do, we got to get rid of that stuff. And we have to become a righteous man through the commandment. Then the Holy Spirit will take over, and we can get rid of all this love, the hatred we have toward our brother. We get rid of this slothful spirit. And that's why today is so important. And a lot of Christians look at us like, man, the Day of Atonement, they probably don't even know what the Day of Atonement is. And it's the day that they ain't never did. So it's stuff they don't even know, being, you get atonement for your sin, stuff they don't even know. That's why it's so important. Like Ezekiel brought out when we first started. You asking for forgiveness for things you did that you unknowingly did, and especially the thing that you know you did. You working, you looking for a new slate. So when that sun go down tonight, we got a brand new slate that we can be on, that we can start going by. Like a clean sheet of paper. Ain't nothing written. You got a clean sheet of paper. Now it's up to you what you're gonna do, how much you're gonna have written on this paper. We want to keep that paper as clean as possible. All that stuff we did prior to last night, the sun going down. We want to get rid of anything that we did that was an offense to the Most High. We want to make sure we don't step back into those things and fill this sheet of paper up with them same sins that we prior to that. But you got it back out.
Man. So unless any other brother got any other scriptures they want to bring out, man, I'm gonna close it up with Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. I would like to say all praises to the Most High in the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. And thank the Most High again for giving us opportunity, man, to atone for our sins. I hope this class is edifying Israel. Until next time, shalom.
Shalom.